Hey, what's good with you? And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Burn the Books. It's the Birdman here. No cats, no dragon, but me and Elon Mug here are. Whenever you see this guy, you know that we mean business. I just wanted to recap for you. Yesterday, we went 4-3, and we went 2-2 on the NBA part of the deal, and we went 50%, and we went 2-1 on the NFL side, and Pittsburgh was -3, and they covered. The the over under on Indianapolis got there under 47.5. But Indianapolis, man, so Shane Steichen should really be ashamed of himself how he coached the last 2 minutes of that game. He Philly specialed off 40 seconds and a timeout. 4th and 1, they pulled Jonathan Taylor out. They ran him three plays in a row. He was on the field for that 40 seconds. They called a timeout, and they pulled their best player off the field. I feel like that was almost as boneheaded as passing the ball when you got Marshawn Lynch back there. Seriously, it really ranks up there. No, there's going to be some mistakes made tomorrow on the coaching end, but none of them are going to compare to that one. So, good luck to the rest of y'all on y'all's teams getting in. I don't know who everybody's sweating. I know some people, for some reason, are playing fantasy football championships on week 18. You guys really need some luck. The first game that I have for you guys today is the Atlanta Falcons are playing against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are -3 points at home. Alvin Kamara is questionable. Tanner Heineke is also questionable on the other side. Leaving the possibility that Desmond Ridder might play. The Falcons won their first matchup between these two teams, 24-15. Oh, excuse me. That game was in Atlanta, but Atlanta has lost 3 of 4. The Saints have covered 3 out of the last 4 games. I like the Saints at home, and I like the unders on this game as well, under the 42 points. And the Saints, the Saints, if they win and something bad happens to Tampa Bay against Carolina, the Saints are going to win the division and they're going to get into the playoffs. So I like the Saints to be playing their little hearts out to try to get there. Cleveland against the Bengals. Bengals are a 7-point favorite at home. Over-under on this game is 37.5. The Browns will be resting their starters. Joe Mixon did not participate in practice because of illness. Jamar Chase was limited. T. Higgins is actually doubtful for this game. 95% of the money is going to be on the unders. I'm going to tell you, I actually do like the unders also on this game. It's supposed to be a cold, cloudy day up there. But I'm going to tell you to take the Bengals -7 in this one. There are going to be some players still playing out there for Cleveland, but a majority of them, Ford is out on injury. They're going to be resting Amari Cooper. I don't know about Njoku, but let's say I would take the Bengals -7 in this one. I have the Jets are playing on the road against the New England Patriots tomorrow. Patriots are a 1.5-point favorite at home, and over/under on this game is 30.5. The Jets are 0-3 against the spread in their last 3. The Patriots are 2-1 out of their last 3. Trevor Siemian will be getting the start again for the Jets. The Patriots, this might be the last game for Darth Hoodie in a New England flavored one. So I'm going to take the Pats -1.5. I just don't see the Patriots trying to let Bill Belichick go out with another loss on his way out. And Bailey Zappe's been playing pretty well for the most part. I like the Patriots -1.5 in this game. We have Jacksonville. They are going to be playing on the road against Tennessee tomorrow. If Jacksonville wins, they win their division. If they lose, they are out of playoff contention. They are a 4.5 favorite on the road. Jacksonville has Trevor Lawrence, Zay Jones, and Christian Kirk all listed as questionable. Jacksonville is 1-4 out of their last 5, while Tennessee is 1-3. The unders have hit for the teams for the last 3 games. I'm going to tell you I like the Titans in this one for the +4.5. Ryan Tannehill will be getting the start. There's a good possibility it's going to be his last game in a Titans uniform as well. He's going to be playing for futures and the next spot. So I just think they're going to keep this game closer than 4.5 points. I'm going to tell you to take Tennessee at home plus the 4.5. The next game that we have is Minnesota is going to be playing on the road against Detroit. Coach Campbell has said that all hands are going to be on deck. Detroit is going to be a 3.5-point favorite. Under on this is 46. Detroit is 4-1 against the spread over their last 5. Detroit's going to be playing all their starters. They're trying. I mean, the best they can do is they can get the second seed, provided that I believe Dallas loses. Nick Mullins is going to be starting for the Vikings. They're 0-3 against the spread over their last 5. I do like Detroit in this one. I would probably buy a 0.5 point. Also of note, Jameson Williams is going to be out. But I do like Detroit minus the 3 points. Like I said, buy a 0.5 on that. The next game that we have for you is that Carolina is going to be playing against Tampa Bay in Carolina. Tampa Bay is a 4.5-point favorite. Carolina did cover the spread against Tampa in Tampa Bay, but they did get shut out in their last game against Jacksonville. Tampa Bay has won, or they have actually covered 4 of their last 5 games on the road, and teams that got shut out this year, they've actually shown up the next week. But I have to tell you, I mean, it's Carolina, and Carolina has put up so many just like 10s and 13s and whatnot, and the couple of games they've won, I mean, they didn't even score touchdowns. They just had to kick field goals the whole way through. So I'm going to tell you to take Tampa Bay. Go ahead and buy a 0.5 point on this one as well. I'm just trying to get y'all as many wins as I can. So I mean, that's the reason why I'm saying just buy the hook off of it if you're going to take Tampa Bay in this one. The next one is Dallas is going to be playing on the road against Washington. I have an asterisk next to this one, and I'll tell you why here shortly. Dallas is a 13.5-point favorite. The over-under on this game is 46.5. Dallas has 7 people questionable due to illness. Last January, Dallas lost by 20 in Washington. Dallas is 1-4 against the spread and over the last 5. So is Washington. But if Jacoby Brissett is going to play in this game, which they have not announced who's going to be starting, it's going to be him or Sam Howell. If Jacoby Brissett is playing, I love the 13.5. Like that's where the asterisk comes in. If Jacoby Brissett is playing, I would tell you to take the money line in this game. One time, I don't ever throw that out there. But I was looking at it earlier. It's plus 610, and I mean that's not going to be on everybody's site, but I mean. Like I said, that's only if Jacoby Brissett is playing. This is going to be Ron Rivera's last game as the Washington coach. I feel like the Washington guys are to come out there and play for him. Just say maybe take a flyer on Washington if Jacoby Brissett is playing. But I mean, I do like the Washington Reds. I almost messed up. I do like the Washington Commanders plus the 13.5. Eagles are on the road against the Giants. They're a 4.5-point favorite on the road. The over-under on this game is 42 points. The Giants are 4-1 against the spread over their last 5, whereas the Eagles are 0-5. The Eagles will be playing for seeding and possibly NFC East Championship berth, depending on what goes on in the Dallas-Washington game. The Giants their coaches are playing for jobs. The offensive and all the coordinators basically. I would tell you to do something crazy in this one. I like Philly minus the 3 in the first half. The last 3 games, they were winning pretty handily at halftime, and somehow one game they barely squeaked it out. It was against the Giants. I say they barely squeaked it out. They won by 1 score, but they were up by 3 scores at one point in that game. And then in the other 2 games, they outright lost. They were up by 15 at halftime against the Arizona Cardinals at home, and Arizona came back and won. Like I said, I would take Philadelphia minus the 3. Maybe even do something really crazy. Take the Giants plus the 4.5. But my official pick for this one is the minus 3 for the first half for the Eagles. The next game I have for you, this is going to be actually the last NFL game I have. The Broncos are on the road. They're playing against the Raiders. The Raiders are minus 3 at home. And I feel like this is going to be the last game of the interim Antonio Pierce era. Like I feel like they're going to have to give him a permanent job after this game, or they're going to have to. He's going to have to move on, but I think he's going to find a job somewhere for sure. The Raiders have actually won in this series. They've won 9 out of 10 just outright. Denver's 2-3 against the spread, whereas the Raiders are 3-1 over their last 5. Jarrett Stidham's going to start for the Broncos because they benched Russell Wilson because they don't want him to get hurt before March because they don't want to have to owe him $37 million. I can't say that I blame him, but so Jarrett Stidham did win his first start last week, but it was against the Chargers team that has been struggling against everybody. I'm going to tell you to take the Raiders minus the 3 points. Josh Jacobs is not going to be in this game, but Zamir White has been playing very, very lights out. I mean, he's put up over 100 yards both games that he's spelled Josh Jacobs, and I really love the Raiders in this game, minus the 3 points. It's Antonio Pierce. Your job's coming to you, brother. We're pulling for you. I have one NBA game for you tonight as well. We have the Clippers are playing against the Lakers. The LeBron is going to be questionable, along with D'Angelo Russell. Rui Hachimura is going to be out for this game. The Clippers are 3-0 against the spread in their last 3, whereas the Lakers are 0-3, and the Clippers don't have anybody on the injury report as well. The Clippers are -4 on the road. The Lakers did win the first matchup between them, but that was right after the James Harden trade, and James Harden did not actually play. I'm going to tell you to take the Clippers minus the 4 points in this one. I've given you all a bunch of little picks here and there. Good luck to everybody. So you're more than welcome to fade them, bet them. I'm just giving you all my opinions. But this is the last game of the NFL season, and I'll have you guys another episode tomorrow to cover the Sunday night game and the national championship that we'll be having on Monday. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. I mean, we got all of that in under 15 minutes. I'm thankful to continue doing this, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Forgive me for just stuttering my way through this. I mean, it's been pretty late. I did put in a lot of time looking around online for this, that, and the other. We'll see what we can do. Good luck to everybody, and we'll see you next time.